Hi, welcome back. I'm Renee Eng, and on today's show, we're taking an in-depth look at South Los Angeles by profiling its representative, the Honorable Herb Wesson. Now, as you can imagine, Wesson is an extremely busy man, so much so that one of my interviews with him took place in the backseat of his car as he rushed to a lunch meeting. The first topic of discussion, his mom's role in his career choice. After finishing up a council meeting at LA City Hall, we caught up with Wesson on the way to a lunch meeting. He's used to his busy schedule and says even his mother wasn't surprised he became a public servant.
She would tell you that even when I was a child, I was always the community organizer. Help plan the activities for the rest of the kids on the street. I grew up in a neighborhood where you had kids almost at every house. So I organized our baseball, football, basketball games against other neighborhoods.
Wesson found his inspiration and his calling after hearing a thrilling speech.
When I was a senior in college, I met a congressman by the name of Ron Dellums, who inspired me to go into politics with a speech about human rights and civil rights and partnerships between people of different ethnic backgrounds, and it literally sent chills up and down my spine. And I remember I had no clue what I wanted to do as an adult, but as 10 minutes into his speech, I turned to my fraternity brothers and said, that's what I want to do. I want to be a public servant. And my life changed when I was 21 years old.
Career highlights for him include serving in the California State Assembly. He served on the LA City Council since 2005. Wesson loves his job, even when constituents aren't happy.
I understand sometimes with those council meetings they can get maybe heated or contentious. How do you kind of decide and set what goes on the agenda? Like, how do you balance those priorities?
Well, a lot of it is personality. I'm one of these individuals that rarely, my personality stays pretty constant. I'm used to dealing with issues under fire, and I've learned a long time ago that true leadership is when you can keep your head while others around you are losing theirs.
Something else that keeps him steady, his family.
What I've been doing for, I want to say the past 10 years, is my family comes together at least once a week, or sometimes 3 times a month, or 4, 6 times a month, and we do what's called family night, where everybody comes over to my house and we have dinner and we just talk about what's going on.
Very rarely do they talk about politics.
I like to tell jokes. I like to tease my grandkids, and I like to have a good time, and that's our family time. They recharge me, and I believe that if you can't make an hour and a half to 2 hours a week to spend with your family, then you ought to get another family.
Wesson also believes conversation can be a tool to improve race relations.
A few years back, maybe 3 years back, it really became apparent to me that our country had issues with race, issues with religion, issues with other people that they perceived as different.
He helped launch a program called Embrace LA to get people talking.
Our goal would be on one night to have over 100 dinners going on in the city of LA, people of all age ranges and religions and colors and sexual practices.
The point is to talk about concerns or hidden biases people may not even know they have.
Growing up during the civil rights era, I recognize and respect the value of conversations where people find out that they have much more in common than they do that separates them. Because as a young man, that's kind of what helped me.
In turn, he's helping others through his work.
To this day, nothing excites me or turns me on more than having somebody say, "Councilman, or former assembly member, thank you for doing this or thank you for doing that.
Wesson also tells us that the legacy he hopes to leave behind one day is something his mother instilled in him.
When I was a kid, really, when I was a kid, my mother told me this till I was like 9. Whenever she would come in at night and tuck me in, my mother would say, "The world is yours. Grab it by the tail and shake the hell out of it." And so that's what I want everybody to realize. The world is yours. World is tough. Life is tough. But grab life by the tail, shake the hell out of it.
Up next, a closing thought from Herb Wesson, the tireless advocate for his constituents in South Los Angeles.